Here, and it is Manchester City 0, Brighton 0. I mean, we had all the chances, it felt like, but it just couldn't quite go in. We're going to get into that first half now. Joining me, we've got Nat, we've got Meg, and we've got Aoife. Meg, I'll begin with you. What are your thoughts on that first half?
A little bit frustrating, I think, but overall, like you said, we've had the most chances. I think their only chances are coming from maybe our mistakes. So if we tighten up at the back and in through the midfield, just giving the ball away, maybe we're very eager, to go forward sometimes. But I think it's been good from the girls, and it's been really good considering we've got so many new faces in the starting lineup. So it just shows that we can adapt and clever players. But hopefully the goals will come in the second half. I know Chloe's been quite good down the left and Georgia on the right, and then they alternated as well. So we've got that threat out wide. It's just getting the ball to them and then the final product.
Aoife, what do you think's being said in the changing room now? Or what, if you were the manager, what would you be saying?
I don't think there'll be any battling cries. I think that the prep for the game was well done long before the match began, and I think it's really encouraging that as the game's going on, we can see having more and more chances. I think it's a matter of time. I think the girls are clicking and they're just getting used to playing with each other. And so there'll be just some basic reminders, the fundamentals, passing angles, supporting, moving, nothing too heavy. I think it's been a good performance, and I think that there's lots to build on, and you can see the confidence brewing, especially with Georgia and Chloe Kelly. The more that we can engage them on the wing, the better chances that we're going to have.
I wanted to ask about that because I noticed that they kind of, will alternate either side. Is that practiced? And then is there a chosen moment, like set periods in the game they do it? Or is it kind of just a feeling that we're going to go have a little swap?
I would not. I wouldn't know because I don't play winger, but I presume it will come from either the sideline or a feel from them as players going, listen, swap it. Let's see where the fullback does come and when I come inside, I'm onto my right foot rather than going in outside onto my left. See how they deal with that. Swap it around. One's pacey, one's technical, so it's a different for the opponent.
Seeing which one works on which side, basically. And it was interesting hearing you two just there at the end because you're saying that Brighton actually they're a very well-drilled team. They keep the sheep very well and very physical, which I think is something we've definitely seen in the first half there, Aoife.
Yeah, definitely. They're clearly hard to beat and they know what they're about. And I think actually that, that would be almost doing them a disservice. They've got some good play as well. So I think it's going to take us a while, as it has done, to learn how we're going to break them down. Just on Georgia and Chloe swapping, we know that by trade, Georgia's a number 10. She wants to come in, she wants to connect. And so I think that's going to suit her on that right side. I think she's going to drop in, and I think Lucy's going to combine with her really well down the wing. And so I expect to see our fullbacks higher up the pitch in the second half. I think we can afford to send more players forward because I don't think that they're as aggressive going forward as we are. So we can take our chances there, definitely. And I suspect that that's what we're going to continue to do.
Yeah, because a couple of those balls in that were kind of drilled along the 6-yard box, they kind of did come from the overlap. So that's, I'm guessing, something that we can push for more. Because what does the overlap do just for those that watching that might not understand?
It's near impossible for a defender to get anywhere near the ball when there's a 2v1 situation. Ideally, we would love to be a 1v1 or a 1v none situation, but to have that overlap of the fullback, or whether it be the fullback driving in and it's the winger going around, it makes it there's a decision to be made whether the defender stays with the ball or goes with the player, and either one, we end up hopefully with a chance on goal.
So yeah, patience seems to be the sort of name of the game at the minute because we started off so quick and we had chances straight away. We're going to take a little look back at some of the chances that we had now. So this is one from Steph where we had that free kick quite early on in the game. Meg, what did you think of the free kick? What did you make of that?
It was quite clever, I thought, because where the wall sets up, you wouldn't expect someone to try and go round the small wall to the near post, and she was quite unlucky. The keeper read it and made a good save.
Okay, we've got another chance that we can have a little look at now. Of course, beginning in the middle of the park was retrieving the ball from that press, which I think we were doing so well throughout the whole game. Half, excuse me. So close.
I think the higher up the pitch we are to press them, and when we regain the ball, then obviously we're in their final third, and then it's about being patient, like you said, and combining and making those passes together.
Will that be being pointed out, Eva? Because we touched in the Villa game before, that's kind of where those 2 goals came from. But the press is kind of really key to the way in which you play.
Definitely, and you can smell when the defenders on the other team don't feel that confident playing out from the back. And, you know, to be fair to them, when you've got a 6'1" or 6'2" aggressive midfielder running down your throat, you need to really know what you're going to be doing with the ball. And I think that, you know, that's opportunity for chances. We can talk all day about Chloe Kelly and Georgia doing these really highly technical actions, running down the wing, whipping in crosses. But actually, if their central defender is going to give you the ball and you as Sam Ewis can pick it up and slot Ellen White in, then we're going to take them goals as well. So,
hey, Sam Ewis, by the way, a real commanding presence on the pitch. I just didn't realise kind of how tall that Sam Ewis was. Yeah, I mean, that kind of also adds a whole new dimension then as well to that forward threat when it's not just about the technicals there. You've got a commanding presence and also someone that's quite tall. Yeah,
definitely. Like Aoife said, you wouldn't like if someone like you,
Sam
is running towards you as you're driving out with the ball. But also on set pieces, she can be crucial for us, and hopefully going forward this season, we'll see a lot more goals coming from set pieces from our taller players. But yeah, I wouldn't like to be marking her. I'm glad she's on my team.
We couldn't believe it because we've got an incredible view here. We're so close to the pitch. We knew how tall she was, but seeing her there on the pitch, we were both going to each other, wow. Like, she's like a clearly so much bigger than taller than the other players on the pitch. What did you make of the new signings? How do you think they settled in? I think we've got a chance here to see now from Chloe Kelly.
you can see that Chloe Kelly is, brewing into the game. She's been able to connect really well with Alex when she swapped sides. And on a different day, she scores that chance there, doesn't she? I think her and Alex are combining really well. And when we talk about Sam Lewis's presence and being able to be aggressive, that strength is highlighted by the balance of the midfield. So for the Sam Lewis player that you also have Akira Walsh, who's holding base, who's anchoring us. You have Laura Coombs combining really well with Alex and with Chloe. And so for me, it's going to be the system that wins this game rather than any one player in particular.
Also feels as well that it's been an inspired performance from Brighton's goalkeeper. Has pulled off, I think, 3 or 4 really big saves. There was one there at the end. I'm not sure if we've got the highlight of that little through ball, which was to die for me. I got very excited about it. And there was this one here, which kind of was I don't know, would you say it was a cross or a shot? Did it trickle over the line? It kind of caught the keeper by surprise. It was a big hand.
If you know Georgia, you know that was probably a shot.
Was it really? Yeah.
Georgia doesn't shoot.
I think, when we say that the goalkeeper is, their player of the match or playing out for skin, that tells you all you need to know about who has momentum in the game. And it is us, and we have to keep working to keep that momentum and convert our chances into goals.
Can there be the risk, though, that you kind of, when you keep on trying, and the keeper keeps pulling off worldy saves, that you can, the thought that maybe today isn't our day can creep in, or do you constantly hold on to that we can do it?
No, I think you constantly hold on to that you can do it. Definitely, if you keep applying the principles that we've done in training all week, and you keep applying the fundamentals, and everybody's still their technical actions are all as high as they can be, then, the goal will come eventually. I think we just have to make sure also that, we've shut it off at the back and that we're still in tune, so that even if you have all possession, the lower and lower and lower that Brighton go in the second half, that we're switched on and we're in tune to their counter-attack.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, and we're going to see another chance now from Georgia, as we know. She likes to have a shot here, and this was towards
ball, though. That pass.
So Kel was screaming at that pass.
Very exciting.
It was. They're my favourites, though. Is those little ones in behind. It was beautifully done. But the passage of play and the speed, I think, as well, of which I'm sure you can see if you're watching at home. But when you, as you say, in person, you can't quite beat it. It's so fast that it just seems to be that it is just going to take that one angle or that one through ball that's going to unlock this defence, and then hopefully the floodgates may open. Do you think?
Definitely. I think if you look at where that action was set up from, Lucy Bronze was really central. That's unusual for her position as a right back, so you can tell that this is an instinctual play. You see how Georgia and Lucy have combined, and they won't have practiced that on the pitch. It would have felt really natural in the moment, and I think it's those instinctual moments that is going to get us over the line today.
So if you want to see if we can get us over the line, we've got 45 minutes left to play here against Brighton. It is still 0-0. You can watch that on City Plus, and then we're going to be back at full time as well, where we'll get into the whole game and also be hopefully talking about a Manchester City win. I'm still very hopeful it feels good. So what would be the coming back out now amongst the team? Is there any conversation that's needed, or do you think they all know what needs to be done?
I think they all know what they need to do, yeah. I think they'll probably be saying about just tightening up on the passing, about the final pass, the final through ball, and then getting numbers in the box for the end product that we've seen in the first half. But yeah, keep the momentum going. I know there's obviously been a 15-minute break, and sometimes that can be tough, but I think as players you gotta stay in tune, and we'll be good. We'll be ready to go for the second half.
Love that.
Staying positive.
Yeah, and we can see the some of the subs have come out now, and they're training behind us again from this incredible view that we've got here from the heart of the city. In terms of who could come off the bench, Aoife, to make it an impact, who should we be looking out for?
Well, we've got to be saying names like Caroline Weir. It's so hard to forget her worldie of a winner. We could do with her on the pitch right now. I remember coming after half time, 0-0 against Man United. She scores a worldie at the Etihad.
Yeah.
So these are the types of players that can be brought on as a weapon as and when. Obviously, you've got Jill Scott, who has got so much confidence and experience in what she does. You've got Janine Becky, who can provide like 1v1 pace, something different down the wing. And it will be down to Gaz to change that as and when he feels is needed.
So it is Gaz, Kel. We've got another Gaz.
Another
we were
Gaz.
talking before.
Yeah.
Are we allowed? We wonder if we're allowed to call him Gaz. So we're gonna.
I only know
We're gonna
him as
test
Gaz.
it.
I think he'd think I was annoyed with him if I called him Gareth. Maybe I'll try that and I'll let you know what happens.
Hey, no, I think it's just when the next team sheet's coming out, Gareth, can I have a word?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If I'm not playing, it's Gareth. If I'm playing, it's Gaz.
I mean, on that though as well. I mean, we kind of touched upon it with you as coming from injury, but I guess also on the bench, it's almost that little bit more because you're so close to the pitch that you want to come on. Do you just sit tight and just hope that you get your chance, and of course, will the team on? I guess, Meg.
Yeah, you've always got to be ready in case the team needs you to come on and make an impact, or touch wood, nothing serious happens that you need to then come on the pitch. And I think everyone's always got to be ready and switched on and in tune. But there's no doubt that with the team we have, anybody will be ready to come on in any position and make an impact for us.
Beautiful stuff. All right, well, join us at full time where we will hopefully be talking about that Manchester City with a bit of action going on behind us here at the CFA. Don't worry about it. And remember, you can watch the second half, of course, on City Plus. We're going to be handing back over to Alistair Mann very shortly, who will be guiding us through the second half expertly as he does. And we're going to be chatting more about City with Meg, with Aoife and Nat at full time. So we'll see you there. Come on, City.